James Watt at BBC Radio Stoke until 4 this afternoon, and we pulled him in from the Panto. Louise Dearman. Hello, Louise. Hello, good to talk to you. All right.
Lovely to be here. I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, because you're not in Panto at the moment.
Yes.
People don't know, and Johnny was on the other week, sort of saying, "Don't forget, Louise. The ticket price is just for Louise." Okay, because it's so great. Okay,
No.
West End singing star.
Oh, they call me. They make fun of me all the time, and they'll call me West End singing sensation.
Yeah.
They rib me about it constantly. But no, it's fantastic. I'm having a great time.
Yeah. You must be nearly through this now, aren't you?
We've not even got a week left. We finish next Sunday.
Wow.
So if you haven't seen it, you have to
quick,
get in. Yeah.
Because they're always great pantos. You've done this before. You've done panto lots, and you've done this before, haven't you?
Yeah. I back in 2007.
Yeah.
I was in Stoke with Cinderella. No, it's great to be back. The Stoke crowds are brilliant. The people are lovely in Stoke. And I'm back with my team.
Yeah.
Johnny Wilkes, Christian Patterson. And, no, everybody's got something to bring to this panto. It's not just fun. It is obviously lots and lots of fun. But, I get to sing some big ballads, and the comedy is obviously incredible.
And which part? Which are you the beauty? Are you the what are you?
I am.
Are you the love
Alice
interest?
Fitzwarren.
Alice Fitzwarren.
Alice Fitzwarren.
The one that falls in love, no doubt.
Yes, falls in love with Dick Whittington. Make sure I always say the surname.
Yeah.
Always say the surname.
Who's playing Dick this year?
Johnny Wilkes.
Johnny's actually playing. I didn't know he was handsome enough to play.
Oh, of course he is. That's the one and only time I'll ever say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Because how did you meet Johnny then?
We were in Guys and Dolls together in 2006, which is still remains one of my favourite musicals I've ever been in. I was playing Sarah Brown, he was playing Sky Masterson. And that's how we met. We did, I think I did 6 months on the road with Guys and Dolls, and Johnny came in to do a shorter contract, but that's how we met. And then he said, "You know what, you should come and do pantomime this year up in Stoke." Yeah. So I was like, right then, I'm up for that. And we've been really good friends ever since.
Was that your first time you've done panto?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's a start of this one.
Yeah.
Big one.
I know. Absolutely. It's fabulous.
So that's good. And so it's all going well.
Very well.
And we alluded to the fact that you're a West End star. Okay. Now here's the thing, you have starred in Wicked.
Yes, I have. I'm on the. Did you like that? I chose the green microphone.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's a Wicked microphone.
Yeah.
And but you've done both parts in Wicked.
I have. I'm a lucky girl.
Yeah.
Bit greedy.
Yeah.
I played Glinda for 2 years, and then left the show, and there was like a 10-month break where I did lots of other bits and pieces and touring concerts, etc., and recorded an album. And then 10 months later, I got a call from the producer saying, "Do you want to come in and have a little go at Elphaba?"
Yeah.
Which I could not believe. Couldn't believe my luck. And the rest is history. I played Elphaba for a year.
Are they equal parts, or is one slightly better than the other part?
No, they're both very different. I'd say they're equal. Obviously, the story revolves around Elphaba, Wicked Witch of the West, but they both have so much to bring to the story. Glinda is so much fun. She's really girly, bubbly. I got to use all the soprano side of my voice and the comedy, which I absolutely love. I'd love to do more comedy. But then with Elphaba, I love the intensity of her. She had such a good heart, such a good heart, and of course gets to sing those incredible songs, those showstoppers. Yeah. And she gets to fly and do Defying Gravity.
Fly. Okay, why don't we do a bit of Gravity now, and we'll talk about the other stuff you're doing
Go
as well.
on now.
Okay, here we go. That's Louise Dearman. She's with us in the studio. That's not from Wicked. It's got a similar title, though, hasn't it?
It has. I confused you a lot. That's Gravity, which is a Sarah Bareilles song, and it's on my album Here Comes the Sun. But, same word. Defying Gravity is
It's
from
all
Wicked.
the same, really. It's got gravity in it.
It's still a lovely song.
It is, okay, because you've done a few albums, but it's with Wicked. So you did it for about, 3 years or
in
more?
In total, 3 years, yeah.
What's that like, going in every day to do the same kind of thing?
It's amazing. Do you know what? You have your days, like in any job, where it's a struggle and you get up and think, oh, can I do it today? And especially in the entertainment industry, I think that you have to pull it out of the bag. And in Wicked, with both of those characters, there is nowhere to hide. You can't fake it. The audience will be able to tell. There's nothing worse than watching somebody who isn't really giving it quite enough. So it is tough, but it's just the best job in the world.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Why, because we have to explain why you're famous. Why you're well known? Why don't we know who West End stars are now?
Oh, it's really different.
We don't know. There's a lot of people starring in the West End that aren't known around the country.
No, there's a lot of talent out there in musical theatre. I think, back in the day, there would be musical theatre stars, and they would kind of cross over into mainstream entertainment. You know, Michael Ball, Elaine Page, John Barrowman, Ruthie Henshall.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, I'm not sure why. I think maybe because back then, musical theatre songs were played more on mainstream radio stations. I'm not quite sure. They were released in the charts.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why. But, it's great that we have these reality shows is probably the wrong word, but, Andrew Lloyd Webber's TV shows where you find the lead character. And I think that, that helps to promote musical theatre stars like Ben Forster and Rachel Tucker, who are both on those programmes.
Yeah, because we got a new album out, The Route to Happiness.
Yes.
Which is, now, I've been listening to this for the last couple of days in the car, driving here, there and everywhere, okay? And this is a musical, it's been on at the theatre in London, hasn't it? But
yes,
a small theatre.
Small theatre for a short run.
Yeah.
Almost as a tryout to see how it worked. It's a fantastic musical, brilliantly written by Alexander Bermange, and it basically follows, in a nutshell, follows the lives of three very different Londoners, Trinity, who I play on the recording, Lorna and Marcus. And, they're individual and their interweaving experiences in pursuing happiness and pursuing their dreams. It's brilliant. There are so many different layers to it, and the music is so interesting. When I was listening to it for the first time and recording it, it's all so different, and each piece blends perfectly with the character.
Yeah.
My character Trinity is an Essex girl, which was a lot of fun to record, because for once it wasn't about kind of the big money notes and making a beautiful sound. It was much more about the character, so that was lots of fun. She just wants to be famous, and she doesn't care how she becomes famous. It doesn't really matter. She's not particularly talented in any field, so she tries everything and fails miserably. So it's very funny. It was a lot of fun to record. I was disappointed because my good friends Kerry Ellis and Ben Forster are also on the recording, but we didn't get to record it together because of our schedules. We just couldn't all get in the recording studio at the same time. So I was in first, doing all my bits kind of on my own with having nobody to bounce off of, and then Kerry and Ben went in afterwards together and put the rest down, and I was so excited to hear what it would be with all three of us, and it's beautiful. The Route to Happiness, the song, is gorgeous. So it's interesting that, so you've not, obviously you met them in real life, in other times, but we're all good friends.
Good buddies, but you've not, so when you heard your bit, you were first in, do you think, I could have done that a bit different?
No, it was explained so well by Alexander and also Mike Dixon, who was working on the project. It was explained so well, and so I had my time, and Alexander and I went through it and tried to discover, how to play certain sections of the musical, and so no, I was really happy with it. Was just a surprise to hear it all together, and I was really chuffed with how it has all come out.
Okay, well, we'll hear a bit of that in just a minute. We've got a bit of travel coming up in just a moment. Dave's here. What's going on, Dave? Night changes, One Direction. There we go. I think Harry's in the news again today, as ever. BBC Radio Stoke, we got Louise Dearman with us from the Panto Dick Whittington, which is down the road at the Regent Theatre at the moment for another week. Until next weekend. That's it, isn't it?
Oh, yes,
yes, it is. Yes, Alice. Alice is in.
Alice Fitzwarren.
Yeah, is in town. And the Route to Happiness, we're chatting about that. Because you've done this show in London.
No, I wasn't in the show in London.
Oh, right.
No, I've just done the recording, the album of The Route to Happiness. And hoping that it will go into London, though. It's a fantastic piece. Only 3 people in it.
Yeah.
3-hander. So it'd be intense.
And the story is about where you're sort of playing I guess a sort of bimbo or wag who wants
Essex girl,
wants to be talented,
good old Essex
wants to be
girl.
famous, not very talented.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
mentioning.
I get to do a rap and everything on this album. It's hilarious, really inappropriate rap.
And the show, it's a great story album because you go through the story of what happens and whether it's successful or not.
Yeah.
And people find themselves, and I guess that's an actress's life, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, constantly.
Disappointment, not being able to trust people.
Yeah, kind of, lots of highs and lows, thinking you're going to get somewhere, thinking you're going to make it, and then a big, slam back down to earth. But yeah, poor Trinity. She really tries hard. She'll try every which way to become famous, but it doesn't quite work for her.
Doesn't quite work. Let's listen to the to the sort of part of the song. This is the Route to Happiness, title track, in effect. Here we go.
The route to happiness needs endless learning. Surprises lie in wait beyond every turning. You pass no signs that show the way to go. Must choose from pathways you don't know. I seemed forever lost in desperate dreaming. My object distant and unclear. But now I'm closer than I've ever been. The light of love will lead me on. The route to happiness is here.
The route to happiness defies resistance. Holds promise of a land of gold in the distance. It takes some time for you to find the way. Life keeps on leading you astray. The path I trusted was forever changing. The goal I strove for nowhere near. But I am certain it is now in reach. Its golden glow will draw me on. The route to happiness is here.
The road's been long and sometimes wrong, and filled with hope and dread. At last the light is shining right ahead.
The Route to Happiness. And that one of the voices you hear is Louise Dearman.
That was Kerry Ellis.
That's Kerry Ellis there. We had her on the other day. Okay, you're still there somewhere. It's great. It's a great show. It's a great album, and that might go into London. Who knows?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So what's the deal? They ring you up and say, "Hey, do you fancy doing this?"
Yeah, it was. It was literally like, would I be interested? And so Alexander sent some material across for me to listen to, and I, read through the script and listened to some of the music and thought this sounds a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so I went into the studio and recorded it. It's strange to do it the other way around, to record something before you've played a role.
Yeah.
But it was quite nice in a way to try and just develop it in your mind, just for the studio.
Yeah.
But it's written so well that you understand instantly how the characters are to be portrayed.
So what's it like? You're doing the West End stage. You've been in many shows in the West End. Wicked being the sort of most famous, I guess, of recent times. When you at the end of the show, when everyone is clapping, standing up, what's that feel like?
It's amazing. It really is. Anyone who says, "Oh, don't worry about that," is lying. It's there's nothing better than finishing a show and you've worked really hard and you just see that people have had a fantastic evening out and they've been drawn into a story and they've, bought into your character. There's nothing better than just seeing people's faces. And even, now in the pantomime, it's very different because, that fourth wall is broken and you can look out and you can look into the eyes of people and, I'm mid-song and I'm waving at children, in the front row, which you'd never do in a musical. So it's very, very different. But yeah, just to see the joy on people's faces it's wonderful.
And how did you start? Where did your musical theatre career start? Where did you do it? When you were a kid or what?
Yeah, I was 3 when I started dancing.
Yeah.
The ballet Modern and Tap.
Yeah.
At my local dance school. And yeah, it just turned from a hobby to something that, I started going to watch musicals and thought I want to do this for a job. And at 16 decided to leave school and, went on to musical theatre college to train for 3 years at Lane Theatre Arts. And the rest is history.
Do you get a lot of knockbacks even though, you've been successful?
Of course. It's like, but I just try to think what will be will be. If I'm right for something, I'll get it. If I'm not, there's something else around the corner. That's the way it works. You have to get a thick skin try not to take it personally, move on to the next thing, and just try and understand that the right thing is around the corner. Sometimes it takes a bit of waiting for.
And what's next?
Not really sure. There's a couple of things being, talked about at the moment with my agent and various projects, but nothing definite. Some concerts. I'm in at the Charing Cross Theatre in London on the 25th of January. This will be very exciting for me, actually. Edward Seckerson is going to be interviewing me, and then I'll be singing some songs. So it's kind of a bit of a journey through my career. So that will be lovely. And the Charing Cross Theatre's a lovely venue. I've worked there a lot. And so it'd be nice to be back there, and I'll be sat up on the stage chatting, then singing a few songs from my past career. So that would be very exciting.
Well, lovely to meet you, and
you.
Good luck with the rest of the panto.
Thank you so much. Make sure you get down and see us.
Yes, I can't believe I haven't quite got there yet.
Long. It's just round the corner. Come on.
Just down there, okay? Pascal, are you on this afternoon, aren't you?
Yes.
I'll put a long song on, that'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem at all. Good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Okay, there we go. And The Route to Happiness is your part of your new album, okay? Louise Dearman, and you can see her at Panto at the Regent right now.